Hi, it's Elle here from Beyond Expectations. In this video, I wanted to discuss something that I think is very important to bring up right now. I'm not going to answer your questions in this particular video. I have a special message from both John and I to you, and we think that it's something that can't be ignored and most definitely needs to be addressed. And that's in regards to the COVID-19 or the coronavirus. Now, please keep in mind, John and I are not doctors, we are not scientists, we're not healthcare professionals, and we're not on the front line when it comes to this very severe virus that's affecting our whole global community. My biggest thanks and gratitude for those who are working in the healthcare department at this time, because you are shouldering a huge load, particularly in countries that are most affected at this stage of making the video, which is Italy and Iran, and also in China. Huge thank you from both John and I to you. Also, we know that this platform, YouTube, is a global community. We have lots of people who watch us from all over the world, and a lot of you have experienced some great loss. You may have lost a family member, you may have lost your own health, you may have lost people close to you, friends, relatives. The list is endless. Our great condolences for your loss. Our love and hugs and kindness go out to you at this time. We are very sorry that you're having to deal with this, and we just hope that you're able to pull through such a really difficult time. And we are very sorry that this is something that you are struggling with and going through at the moment, and we really wish we could do more to help you. So please know that you're not alone, even though you may feel that way, particularly for those countries that are in severe lockdown at the moment. Countries that are unable to go out their front door, they're unable to interact with their neighbours, they're unable to interact with each other. Thankfully, we live in a time where we do have the internet and we do have access to each other in some way or form, whether that be via video like we're doing right now, or video chat, or whatever the case may be. So that is a huge blessing and opportunity to still be able to connect with one another. And in a way, I haven't felt more connected to my fellow human being than throughout this virus. Here in Australia, we haven't had it too badly. There are cases, there's been a couple of deaths, which is severely tragic. I have family members who have come into close contact with the virus, but thankfully have not passed away. But generally speaking, we're all pretty okay here, and I pray that is the same for you. I hope that is the same for you. Now, when you're facing this lockdown period, this is a big thing, particularly with mental health, particularly with working, children at home, and all these things. These are huge things to contend with. John and I would like you to see this time, for people who are in lockdown, they may not generally have the virus, they're having to stay home, they've got their children home, as a time of personal reflection. It really gives you time to think about who you are as a person, because a lot of the things have fallen away that you had to contend with before, perhaps traveling to work, school, the rest of it, but now you're isolated in your own home. It gives you time to really think about who you are as a person and what you can contribute to your community. I was very saddened to see people fighting over toilet paper in the supermarket and physically beating each other. I mean, that is really not the sort of person you want to be. I hope, if your fellow neighbor needs toilet paper, I would hope that you would be the one to offer it to them. If you have an elderly person that you know who needs meals, I would hope that you would be the person that would help to provide those meals. We need to join together as a community and show love and kindness to one another. We need to be there for each other, and we need to show the kindness and love that we would want to receive. It's very important that we be the light. It is no good bringing more darkness into such a sad and devastating situation. You want to be an example, you want to be a leader. You want to be a leader for your children, for your relatives, for those who you share the home with. You want to be a leader for your community, for the people that are close to you, for your colleagues. this is a time for you to stand up as that leader. Now, you've known throughout the years, I have preached many times, or I've mentioned many times, that I always focus on my diet 90%. And the reason for that being because life is outside of my control. And at the moment, life is outside of our control for a lot of us. It's important that when you're going through this process, particularly if you are grieving, you're going to want to comfort eat, and that's completely understandable. If you're bored at home, again, you're going to want to comfort eat. If you're not able to get out and be amongst people and you're isolated at home, again, you're going to want to comfort eat. If you are still looking to reshape, transform your body, or keep yourself in some level of shape and physical condition that you can be happy with, providing, of course, if you don't have the coronavirus and you're not caring for a loved one and you're able to do this, our suggestion to you would be, this is the time now where you can focus on your nutrition. Don't worry about your exercise. If you can't go to the gym, you can't exercise. If you'd like to do some exercises at home, by all means, for your mental health and your well-being, because exercise releases endorphins and makes you feel happy. It's also really good for your blood and your heart, and it pumps oxygen throughout your body, and it's going to make you feel a lot better. So if you'd like to do exercise for those reasons, I'll leave my exercise routine from Beyond Expectations in the comments below, and you can go and check that out. If you are someone who is inclined to comfort eat, this is going to be the time where you're really tested. This is the time where you get to see the person that you are. Use this as a time of self-reflection. Watch interesting content that helps you to grow. Read books that also encourage you and inspire you. Use this as a time to self-nurture. If you are confined to your home, you aren't necessarily sick, and you have a lot of free time because you're not having to drive to work, you're not having to drop off the kids, you can't go and pick up the groceries, you're not visiting friends, you're not going out for dinner, you're not doing all those things. This is a time where you can really focus on yourself, your children, whoever's in your home, and your community, the people around you, if you're allowed to have access to them. If you're not, the people in your home. Use this as a time of self-reflection. I have this theory that when all the material is taken away, that is when we really get in touch with our soul, our heart, and the spiritual side of who we are. And the question is, who are you going to be? Are you going to be the person who squabbles in the supermarket for toilet paper? Or are you going to be the person who will offer their last roll to their neighbor? It's very important that you really come to terms with who you are. Look, I'll be honest with you. I know what it's like to grow up poor. I know what it's like to have no toilet paper. Not because there was none on the shelf, simply because we couldn't afford it. And we had no toilet paper. And I'll take it one step further. I actually know what it's like to have no toilet because I didn't have a home for a while. And let me tell you, having no toilet paper, look, I know it seems really hard and difficult, but there is more to life. There is more to you. There's more to your character, to your being, to who you are as a person. Don't let these material things define you. Grow, be stronger. Look, when a person faces adversity, that's when they discover the person they are. When a person suffers and sees great hardship, that's when they get introduced to the person that they really are, because they get to see clearly how they react. Be someone who is a leader, who can bring your family to a place of light and compassion and gratitude. Look around and be thankful. What I like to do every morning, and I do it with my girls, is you have to say 5 things that you're grateful for. 5 things. 5 things that you're happy for. And it will change your perspective. Rather than 5 things or 99 problems that you have, focus on the one thing that you have that's fantastic. Maybe for you it's food, maybe it's a roof over your head, maybe it's running water, maybe it's the ability to actually work from home, because there are a lot of people who are losing their jobs who cannot work from home. Maybe it's the ability to still support your children. I'm sure you could think of 5 things if you really had to. Us in the Western world are often very, very blessed, and we have a huge abundance. Even when I was at my darkest moments, I still had more much more than many people in countries which are not quite as fortunate as we are. So it's very important that you keep that in perspective when you are going through your own trials and tribulations. Now, don't get me wrong, I understand if you are losing family members, you are losing friends, you are losing your own health, that does not mean you don't have the right to grieve, because you absolutely do. Absolutely. And John and I give you our condolences, our love, and we give you our support. We are going to continue to make videos for you. We are going to continue to upload every week. We are going to continue to answer your questions, to encourage you, to inspire you, to be there for you, to be the friend that helps you along the way, to be able to continue on your journey and your path. Look, there's nothing wrong with having dreams and sticking to those dreams, even under immense pressure. There's nothing wrong with that. My suggestion to you would be is if you still want to reshape, transform your body, you still want to maintain a level of a physique that you would so desire, stick with your diet. Don't comfort eat. I know it's hard not to. Be kind to yourself. Make sure that you show yourself a lot of self-love, and it doesn't necessarily have to be with comfort food. It could be a hot bath, a book that you like, a movie that you enjoy, music, dance with your children. Do those types of things that you enjoy. Okay, that can be your comfort. Speak to your children, have a conversation, speak to the person you live with, whether it be your roommate, your auntie, your cousins, your brothers, your sisters. Really spend time talking to them. Spend time talking to yourself. What do you want out of this life? What do you like? What do you not like? Who are you, and who is the type of person that you want to be? These are all important questions. Now, I really hope that this helps you and encourages you in some way. If you do feel down and out and you'd like to be encouraged or inspired in some way, we do suggest that you watch material that inspires you, that encourages you, read books, speak to a friend on the phone or via the internet. But you just remember, you are not alone. We are here, we're all here, we're a global community, and we need to be here for each other. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions for me, I would be more than happy to create these videos for you, especially in this time when it's very difficult for all of us. Please do leave them down below, or some words of encouragement for the rest of the community who like to watch these types of videos, who like to watch my channel. That would be great. And I thank you for stopping by. My love and encouragement goes out to you. Stay safe, stay healthy, all our best wishes, and thank you for joining me. See ya.